It's recording.
It's recording. We're live. We're on telly.
Hi, Mum.
I don't feel very zen this week.
Go on, why?
At all. I feel like a fat slug.
You do.
Negative to start, isn't it? I guess. But do you know what I have to say? Without sounding like a homosexual.
Wow. Okay.
You smell great.
Okay, let me just stop you there. You know you can compliment your friends without feeling gay.
I can't help it because I don't know. I feel judged.
I think that the only person judging anyone is that you're judging yourself.
Okay.
I feel like you need to own your sexuality, mate.
You've said this before.
Yeah.
You've said this before.
Just get weird vibes, you know?
Weird vibes.
Just get
So
weird
what?
vibes.
Oh,
You know,
well.
if you want, mate, you can tell me that I smell nice. I appreciate that.
You do. Just have the compliment, move on. I think.
Yeah. I'm not going to move on. I'm going to... Because it means a lot to me.
Okay.
Because I do have a little bit of a complex
Right.
about the way that I smell. It originates from when I was in like primary school. I must have been like 9, 10. And, you know, as any kids, you don't really give a shit about that kind of stuff. You know, personal hygiene and stuff when you're that...
You should have race home and play computer and drink like a
Straight
monster.
up. Stinking like grass stains and stuff, you know? So yeah, just like one time this kid just randomly told me that I smelled like chips.
Chips.
Chips?
Oh, chip fat.
Yeah.
Did you
I
mum
mean,
used to
I
use
can
the
only
fryer?
imagine that, yeah, like the night before I'd had chips in the fryer
Yeah.
and it got onto my uniform or whatever. But yeah, ever since that moment, mate, I've had a real complex about it. So yeah, anytime, even if I'm at home on my own, I'll always make sure that I have a little bit of a spray.
Yeah.
Always make sure that like deodorant is on
Yeah,
point.
to be fair, like I've always noticed that it's very prominent. Like
Yeah.
you're walking, like it's sometimes too much.
Oh,
No, but
new complex.
no.
He smells too good.
Get your measurement right. No, but I understand, and like I can really relate to that because think of my school often say that like these little comments that you make as a kid can stay with people, man. That's something I'll hammer into my kids is careful what you're saying now because you never know how it's going to affect people later on in life. And,
Childhood trauma.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I've got a couple of smell traumas as well, I think.
Ah,
And like, similar to you, I had an instance where I sat in lesson. And I remember it was a history class. I remember it so vividly. And I sat there and I could smell fish really bad. And I was like, this stinks, man. Like, and I was just like, what the f*** that smell? Who stinks of fish? I'm calling people out. Who stinks of fish in here? Who stinks of fish? I smell my blazer. Blazer stunk of fish. My blazer was hung up in the kitchen and she'd cooked fish. Stank it right out. And then, yeah, I bought a can of deodorant off my mate. Sprayed the blazer down.
what was the
Whole
deal?
can. No deal. But yeah, like, that sort of it stays with you.
No, it does.
For your childhood.
It's scarring. It really is.
She's super paranoid. Like, it's mad how, like, your brain can latch on to such negativity and take it with you, make you paranoid and anxious. in
No,
your
for
adult
sure.
life.
And these things really don't leave you. These things don't leave you. And, you know, something very similar is, and it's going to take a little bit of a leap now from topic, but we're still remaining on that kind of lingering negativity trauma is body dysmorphia.
That old friend.
Yeah, our old
Friend.
nemesis.
Oh, you bloody
But yeah, that's another massive one for me is kind of body dysmorphia.
yeah.
Yeah, we've spoke about my journey before about my kind of relationship with weight through my life. My journey was a very big kid, you know, 16 stone at kind of 16, and then in the space of bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And then in the space of, you know, months, completely just dropped to single figure weight. I think 8, 9 stone. I know it's mental.
Paper.
Yeah, thin.
Just angle.
But even when I was that at my very lowest, ill, thin,
Hungry.
starving, pain, I still felt 16 stone. And that's something that has never left me. Subconsciously, it never left. And, not to say that the numbers matter, it's just the feeling that you look at yourself in the mirror. So even when I was 9 stone, I still looked at myself in the mirror like I was 16. And I thought for the longest time that I'd gotten away from that or kind of beat that for years.
Yeah.
Until this week.
Right.
Obviously now we have our partnership with Shack Day.
Yeah.
We've been very vocal on it on the podcast and on social media. Get 20% off now. But with Shack Day, the way that you use the products, well, the way that we use the products, we got topless, to get the maximum effects, that kind of contact with the products. And naturally, as a part of the partnership, we record social media content. So recording social media content, being topless, and to be honest with you, this means that I'm seeing myself in a light that I haven't really seen myself in ever, I think. I've never been one to be in front of the camera. Yeah. I mean, not to contradict myself, but
we are now. Yeah.
In this capacity.
Yeah. There's a difference between speaking and taking your top off. And
Exactly. Kind of being so physical with it and being so raw and open. Exposed. Straight up.
Seems so dramatic. Exposed.
No, but it's true. So filming content, seeing yourself in a light that you've never seen yourself before. Not used to being in front of the camera, entirely used to being behind the camera. That's what I'm trained in. That's what my profession is. And with that, you see yourself with all of your flaws.
Mm.
And they are so amplified.
Oh, yeah.
So seeing all the lumps and bumps that you've never seen before. And so I recorded a piece of content like last weekend. Yeah. And it took me a couple of days to truly get over the crashing feeling of having body dysmorphia back. Because honestly, from the second that I did that and watched the footage back, for 48 hours, I'd convinced myself that I was massive again. Just because I might have seen a fold or a fold or a roll whilst I was moving in some kind of way. So I'd convinced myself that I was, severely obese again. Yeah. And it was such a weird feeling because I really hadn't, like I said, I thought that I'd completely staved it off. I felt like it wasn't going to affect me anymore. Yeah. And it's been so difficult, even now still, to kind of process it because all of the image that I built up for myself personally over the past, 4 or 5 years of taking the gym pretty seriously, using it as part of my life. It's a huge part of my life. It genuinely all came crashing down.
I can imagine.
And it made me reevaluate so many different aspects of what the hell I am doing.
No, it's fine. I can relate to it because I myself when I first came to your house to do the Shakti content and you went, you've got to take your top off. Oh, I bugged out.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, nah, I can't do that. No. That's what my brain was doing. And because of the content, and it's like you say, when you see yourself bending over, and I made you edit round me getting up because I hate the way I look bent over because doesn't look right. I'm saying there's any certain way anyone should look, but to me,
it's a personal
feeling. Yeah, I don't like how I look. I'm not happy with that. So it traumatizes you, and it does amplify it. It really does. But yeah, that sucks that it brought it back. It brought you back to that state. It's not a good place to be in, man. Like it really feel like you know how much it with me. Like it's to me since I think I've put my finger on the reason when it really started, and it goes back to wrestling days when I started to put weight on the first time, and I had 400 people chanting, "MK's put some weight on."
Seriously?
I was wearing a pair of Lycra pants.
No.
And that's my trouble. That's why I'm so funny the way I look. Because before anyone said anything, I was quite happy.
You felt away.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't care. Like I'm just doing my thing. But then when just a trigger like that happens, it knocks you off balance. And some people like you can't. It goes back to childhood. It's other words that people say that f us. They just f us. And I hope that you can get yourself back out of that mindset, because I can't, and I feel like it's an impossible. It's a problem for me because the way I am and the way I talk about eating properly and getting back into fitness, and I do it, I don't do it, I yo-yo because of who I am and my brain works. I can't shake that feeling of the way I feel about myself and the uncomfortableness about that. So I hope you can just kick out and just get back to the way you thought before, because it's no way to live, man.
I'm struggling. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I haven't been to the gym once since I did that.
Wow, really?
I haven't been to the gym once, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because, like I said, I've kind of shattered that illusion that I had about myself. You know, because I'll be honest. Like I had a kind of image of myself, like I'm a big guy. I'm a fit guy. I always joke with like Amelia, like kind of fit, kind of fat. I own that. Like I'm not Mr. Olympia on a stage ripped out of my head. Like I fully acknowledge that I'm stocky. Yeah. Like I'm broad, I'm wide.
Yeah. But we spoke and you enjoyed feeling like that.
That one, yeah, absolutely.
We've had many conversations where you feel like, oh, I just want to be massive.
I just want to be a big guy. Like, I don't have aspirations to be, lean or skinny or anything like that. It doesn't matter to me, but I never thought that I was, for lack of a better term, I didn't think that I was still fat. And that's what I thought when I saw myself. Why am I getting upset? And that's what I mean. I think the illusion that I built up for myself just completely came crashing down. Because instead of being strong, I'm suddenly fat. And then it makes me kind of reevaluate what I'm doing, what I've been doing for the past 3-4 years with diet, routines, supplements that I've been taking.
You feel wrong, like you feel like, oh,
I just feel like, oh well, that's clearly building the wrong, image that I thought that I wanted.
So you haven't been to the gym since?
No.
Do you feel like a bit? What's the point now?
It's more that I feel like a fraud.
Just for yourself?
I feel like I've defrauded myself.
Right.
Putting in all the effort and time, chasing size.
Yeah.
When, now that I've seen a glimpse. This is how ridiculous it is. I saw a glimpse of myself, a frame. And it's completely changed my point of view of myself.
Right.
So, I've just kind of been just doing some hard reflection on what I have been doing, and even as a result of it, like I've stopped taking certain supplements because I convinced myself that that's having an effect on the way that I saw myself. Like, so for instance, like as stupid as it sounds, I've stopped taking creatine because I convinced myself that it's making me put water weight on. So I've completely cut that out. I mean, it's unrelated. but maybe it's related at the same time. I've stopped taking ashwagandha supplements because, well, I mean, there's another reason for me stopping taking that. Like I found that it was making me so kind of emotionally unavailable. Like it was making me numb, which is a symptom that you hear that some people get. So I kind of just wasn't there emotionally. So then I was thinking, well, maybe that plays into the way that I was feeling, like stopping myself from feeling a certain way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've completely cut that out as well. And, you know, I am looking at my diet now as well. Like for the past week, I've been so restrictive, but I don't want to be. I've openly said so many times that I enjoy my food. I find so much enjoyment in food. You know, in some instances, it does dictate my mood, but I'm okay with that. I don't care because I know that I get enjoyment from it. But then it's hard to kind of accept thinking, oh, well, maybe that's having such a negative effect as well. You know, I fully understand that you can't out-train a bad diet. Like,
100%. Yeah. So where do you see yourself going from here? Like, I know you said you like eating, but like, have you thought about what route you want to take to try and make yourself feel better? So, like, are you gonna go back to the gym? Are you gonna just mix your training up, do more cardio, like change your diet? Like
that insinuates that I wanna, I don't know, like I wanna change, but that's not where I want to get. I want to get back to a place of acceptance.
Okay.
I want to get back to a place of accepting the way that I am and accepting what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I was happy. Like I was happy.
And that's all that matters.
So happy with myself, so happy with my training, happy with the way that it makes me feel. Because it feels great, you know, like I've said, the feeling that I get from, I guess, from the size that I'd got to myself compared to where I was, because that's what we're comparing it to. You know, like I said, I'm not the biggest guy on the planet, but I am compared to where I was.
Twice the size.
3 times the size. It's wild. And, you know, there's so many aspects. The confidence that comes from it. You know, the attention. And I'm not talking about like attention from the opposite sex. I'm talking about attention from everyone. You know, in social situations, people tend to gravitate towards you. People respect you. And it's up. But maybe it's just because we're animals and we're wired
It's a presentation of masculinity, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But then at the same time, you kind of, being in the state that I've been, you kind of reflect on all the negative aspects of that as well. Like I don't know, for instance, flying is an absolute nightmare because the seats just aren't designed for for people who are outside the norm. Yeah. You know, getting a tube, getting a train, anything, you know, completely digress. But you start thinking about the negative aspects of it. You know, constantly needing to buy new clothes, constantly having so many clothes that don't fit. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've given some to you.
Yeah.
The conversation we had before we recorded this this episode was one of my old jackets were hanging on the door, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I love it, mate.
But, you know, long story short, I want to get back to a place where I accept myself again. Because I know that I was happy, but I'm not too sure how I'll get there again. And I also want to caveat this with saying that this came about because of work and content that we were shooting for a certain partnership. And I wouldn't change that for the world. I will and am still gonna take my top off, shoot content, because that's what I want to do. I just need to get comfortable within myself to do that again. How I do that, I have no idea. But yeah, that's where I want to be.
And I hope you get there because, yeah, like I wish I had more advice on it because that's my constant battle, and it's something I've been chasing for years. So, like, maybe it's something we can work on together, man. Like,
how do you intend on working towards it?
this is the thing. This is why I get so fed up of talking about the gym and like that, because it's like Jekyll and Hyde, man. Like, some days I love it, some days I hate it. Like, some days I want to diet, some days I don't want to diet. Some days I'll talk myself out of doing stuff and then be angry at myself for not doing stuff. It's just one big circle with me, to be honest. It's just difficult. It's just but it always ends in negativity. And the other day I listed bullet points, which we won't discuss on here, of the positives that can come with getting to the way I want to look. And I need to stick to that. You said it earlier in the car. It's like, maybe it's just routine. I need a routine, and I need to be on that solid routine for a period of time, so I'm used to it. So it doesn't seem like such a negative change. Because I don't enjoy that side of it. I don't enjoy the gym. I just don't. But I want to enjoy it. I know this might be really annoying for people to hear a lot, because it's annoying for me mostly. But, you know, it doesn't help that, I suppose, in an ideal world, it'd be good to have a gym partner. It'd be good to have someone close who I could do these things with. Because I feel like that would be encouraging. Because I need a lot of encouragement. Like, I need a pat on the back sometimes, you know what I mean? Just to say, like, oh, good job, you look better, keep going. Sometimes it takes that.
There's the accountability aspect of it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a constant battle. So I can't cope with it. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Do you think that you could ever get to a place with where you are now, where you accept yourself and accept the way that you are, to find acceptance in this?
I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to be acceptance of the way I am now. Because I know it. Because to me, it's not right. Because of health, image. I do care about too much what people think of me. I care how I look on camera. I'm very paranoid how I look. When I can barely look in a mirror. When you see me look in a mirror, you'll see me squint. And it's not because I'm pulling like some blue steel face, which is what my wife says. She's like, "Oh, blue steel."
I've noticed that through the years.
It's because I physically can't look at myself.
So is it almost like narrowing your vision?
It's narrowing my vision. So
to a certain field of view.
So when I'm squinting into mirrors, it's because I'm self-conscious, and I know I've got to look in the mirror, but I don't really want to. So it's hard.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's awful. So I'm like, my brain's a horrible place to be in sometimes. Yeah, now I'm getting sad.
Another difficult thing to kind of, not to make excuses and stuff, but I don't think, things like social media help with these things, because, when you see a dream physique or you see a dream place that you think that you'd like to be, so much of it is fabricated and completely unrealistic. Sometimes it's all about lighting and angles.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll kind of do sometimes. What I did do. I haven't done it for a while. Can't look at myself.
Don't look at mirrors.
But I'd stand there in the bathroom and, contort and move and flex until I found the right angle
that you deemed acceptable to.
That I deemed acceptable, which I was happy with, that I think helped my acceptance.
Oh.
That's what I want. I want that acceptance back. I want to be able to look at myself, no matter what I do look like, because as long as I am comfortable, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what other people think.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think I ever have. Maybe to a fault sometimes. It's about me. Me being comfortable. Hitting my own goals. Feeling comfortable within my own skin. And the piss-taking thing is that I was like that for so long. I'm going to say 6 years, probably. 6 years of just solid being comfortable in my own skin. And it took one frame on one video to shatter it. One frame. But we'll try. We'll try to get there together.
We have to, because like right now we don't have the answers, man. And it's easy to sit here and spew so many old, but none of us have the answers. No. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of encouragement from ourselves, first and foremost.
Most importantly, it's all about ourselves.
Our biggest enemies are ourselves, man. And it's like you say, social media doesn't help. It doesn't help that I watched wrestling for seeing how physiques look. I feel like that's always been there in me as well, because that's always been my thing. Seeing like these jacked people in better shape it's probably not, doesn't help either, to be honest. But we'll get there. I think it's just a case of trying to own it at this point. And yeah, hopefully we can encourage each other. Maybe we can set up some challenges for each other, and then it's not just being accountable to yourself; it's being accountable to someone else. So if we set each other goals, that we ask each other like, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? Okay, let's talk about our goals and do check-ins.
What did you do today?
Yeah, what did you do today? Did you do it today? Do you know what I mean? Like maybe we could maybe as just mates we could be there for each other in that sense, and set goals and get a whiteboard up on the fridge and set goals of where you want to be, whether it's weight, whether it's body fat, whether it's just anything, like just how you feel. Have you meditated today?
I did this many minutes in front of the camera without a top on and didn't cry.
I looked in the mirror today, eyes open. Little wins I think that we need, that we don't give ourselves. I think it's very important for being easy on ourselves.
What I will say though, mate, is it looks pretty good on you.
I was a bit self-conscious, about the chain.
Just the fit.
That's good, man.
Just the whole vibe.
You know what? I'm loving the apparel, to be honest. Badmonday.com.
It's been making me feel good. It fits nice. It feels nice.
I'm really sad that I didn't discover Bad Monday sooner, to be honest. And now I'm going to wear nothing but Bad Monday merch. And this is new for me as well. I'm trying something new here. I was gifted this little number.
It's
little
new.
Necklace. I don't wear jewellery.
You don't?
But I put it on and I thought, I'm going to try it, see what people think. I'm just going to wear it because it's a bit out of the ordinary for me. I love it. I dig it.
You're an expressive guy.
I am an expressive guy now. I'll hit 30. I want to get tattoos. And then, looks a bit more me now.
Yeah.
Expressive. Alternative types.
Yeah.
Do appreciate our friends at badmonday.com.
No, we appreciate the hookup.
Yeah, we do the hookup. If you want to exclusive discount from the Boys Cry 2 team, see the banner at the bottom of the screen.
And for those listening, if you use code BCT15 at checkout, you're going to get yourself a nice 15% discount.
15% off dead good apparel.
Bad Monday.
Do it. Right. Let's leave it there. Let's try and have a better week. And let's check in next week, brother. Hope you all are having a good week. And if you have any advice for us, please help us, because we are lost puppies in this realm and we would like to feel better. So if you have any advice, it's always welcome in the comments. Please give it us, because, we need advice too sometimes.
Most of the time.
And
we fully know that we're not on our own with this feeling. I know that it plagues a lot of people. A lot of people have been on journeys with it. A lot of people are struggling with it. So
make it go away. Make it stop. Please. I'm in emotional pain.